A Houston woman says what was growing in her Southwest Houston apartment sent her and her infant niece to the hospital.
Yeah, she is now suing, alleging mold inside their unit at the Reserve at Westwood Apartments made them both dangerously sick. KHOU 11's Michelle Choi has the story and what the toddler's father wants the city to do.
I love you.
For Dionanna Bailey, her niece's legacy
I love you so much.
is everything.
You know, that's my little bestie. I've been watching her ever since she was born. So, sorry.
But their bond was tested when both ended up in the ICU just a week apart. Bailey believes the apartment she lived in is to blame.
Initially moving in, I had some complications with the first unit that I rented. It was infested with roaches and spiders, so they wouldn't let me out of my lease. They wouldn't give me a refund, but they did give me the option to pick another unit, and that's how I ended up in the mold-infested unit.
She says health issues started soon after.
I was breaking out with rashes. I had heart palpitations, migraines.
Bailey says she reported concerns to management repeatedly.
I emailed them constantly. I went into the office, I called them, and they kept reassuring me that it was not mold, that it was mildew and condensation.
Then one night, she got a terrifying call. Her 8-month-old niece was being rushed to Texas Children's Hospital.
She was having breathing issues, and we found out that she had double pneumonia.
Bailey says that's when apartment management agreed to test for mold, but initially refused to share the results.
They told us the results were confidential.
She says she eventually received the report, but also hired her own inspector.
The guy that we hired told me that the mold score should not go over 111, and our reading said 10,000. His words exactly was that it was a mold cocktail. There were so many different molds in that unit. He said it was completely toxic.
Shortly after, Dionanna herself ended up in the ICU, hospitalized for 5 days.
I had double pneumonia, I had a staph infection, I had a kidney injury. My lungs and legacy lungs were damaged. We have permanent scarring on our lungs now.
Do you think this could have been prevented?
I know for a fact it could have been prevented.
Bailey is now suing the apartment's owners and operators, Reserve at Westwood, Judwin Properties, and Indio Partners, accusing them of negligence.
Almost a year ago, we almost lost my 8-month-old.
Her brother and Legacy's father also spoke out at City Hall, supporting a push by city leaders to hold landlords more accountable.
So other kids and other families won't have to go through what we went through.
When we visited the Reserve at Westwood's leasing office, the property manager declined to comment.
Is there anything that you guys would like to say? No, thank you.
However, in a letter sent before the lawsuit was filed, the property owner's law firm strongly denied wrongdoing. They argue the complex responded appropriately and instead blamed Bailey for delaying repairs and housing an unauthorized occupant, her niece. The letter also states at no time did Bailey or anyone else provide any prior notice of visible mold. It claims Bailey didn't request a mold test until after the child was hospitalized and failed to give timely access for maintenance. They call the claims vague, unsupported by evidence, and contrary to Texas law and the lease terms. The apartment owner has not yet filed a formal response in court. KHOU 11 also reached out to the attorney representing the apartment's owner multiple times. As of this week, we're still waiting to hear back. Meanwhile, in a separate statement, Indio Partners, which manages the property, told KHOU 11 the building remains fully committed to maintaining a clean, healthy, and welcoming environment for all residents. The allegations in the lawsuit are not true, but we cannot comment further as the matter appears to be in active litigation. In Southwest Houston, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.